Ephesians chapter 4, I read verse 14. That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive, understanding for manifestation. Understanding for manifestation is a year of his presence. As much as God's presence is before you, as much as you are walking in the confine of God's presence, you need to understand that there are things that need to be done in order for you to manifest with his presence. The Bible said that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine. For you to manifest, you must not be carried away or be moved by everything you hear, everything you see. You must have an understanding of what you need to do. The Bible said concerning the sons of Issachar, the Bible said they had an understanding of what to do per time. There was a knowledge that they do have. There was an instruction they were given of what not to do, where not to go, the people not to associate with, in order for them to have result. And one of the conditions they were given is that they were not going to live in a house that is built with mold, but must live in a tent house, and they must not be given to one. So when the opportunity came for them to live inside of the house that is built with bricks, they said no, for we have understanding. Understanding is not to go to school. Apostle Paul after the experience he had, the experience with Christ. Peter had an experience with Christ. But do you know that when push came to bear, that was where Peter knew that something was wrong with him? Jesus looked at him and he said, you will deny me thrice before the cock crows. And he said, God forbid. But because he did not have an understanding of the timing, the Bible said he denied Jesus the first time, the second time, and the third time. Why will he do that? Because he lacks understanding. Understanding is the motivating factor for direction. Understanding is the motivating factor for direction. What you understand, you cannot derail from. When you see a man that derails from what he or she needed to do, he do not have understanding. He only listen to hear. But one good thing about Peter and Jesus is that Jesus said to him, I have prayed for you. Why did Jesus pray for Peter? Because Jesus had an understanding that what will make Peter to do that is fear. The righteous will fall 7 times, and the Bible says yet he will rise again. Understanding tells you you can make mistake, but be prepared to rise. What makes people to end up, most people to end up attempting suicide, is when they feel that they are the Almighty and something goes wrong. They cannot go to anyone for counsel. What they decide to do is to end their lives. Ending your life does not amount to solution. Understanding is the catalyst for successful journey. Because for everything you want to do, you must have an understanding of how to start there is a middle and there is an ending. God said, I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the beginning of your journey. I am the ending of your journey. From I, the Lord, you came, and you shall return back to me. Hear me and hear me well. The Bible says, henceforth we should stop becoming children that are tossed to and fro. Let us drink Gary. You are drinking Gary. Let's stop taking it. You stop taking it. Let's fast. You begin to fast. Let's stop fasting. You stop fasting. When you have an understanding as an adult, serving the Almighty God with understanding for direction, you know what to do part time. When God tells you it is your year of my presence be with you, it avails you the knowledge of what to do part time. To attract God's presence, you must do his will. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is done in heaven. Give us these days our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we do what? As we forgive those that trespasses against us, and lead us not into temptation. It means temptation will come, but Lord, don't lead me. If God lead you into temptation, you can't come out of it. God do not tempt, but he tests. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. It means God is the omnipotent, is the omniscience, is the supreme God, is the God all by himself. So you need to know that for his presence to be with you, you must always seek him. Ask and you shall receive. Seek, you will find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. To him that asketh, receiveth. To him that seeketh, findeth. And unto him that knocketh, it shall be open. His presence will not be evidence in your life until you ask for it. God is omnipresent. God is omniscience. Is the all-knowing God. Is available everywhere, but may not be available for you. Let me bring it to human life, our day-to-day living. You can attend an event because of somebody. We had an event, I think on Monday, and somebody flew all the way from Abuja to attend that event. Now the person, the lady's father died, and her former best friend flew all the way from Abuja with all the entourage. But do you know that our former best friend did not come because of her? Do you get it? They were friends, very good friends. But her father died, and that very best friend did not attend the event because of her friend. She attended the event because of her friend's younger sister, because she has fallen out of relationship with the sister. So when everybody saw her, oh, you came because of a friend, you say no. God can be everywhere but may not be there because of you. The vehicle that want to sustain accident, God is in that vehicle. He allows the accident to happen. Out of 10 persons, 9 dies, 1 survives. God was there because of that one. God was in that vehicle, but he did not save the 9, or he didn't save all the 10. He saved 1 man. So why was God there? He was there because of that man. Let God be available because of you. You go to your place of business, you have other people doing the same business with you, and they are making sales, you are not making sales. God is available, he's omnipresent everywhere, but he's not there because of you, he's there because of your neighbor. You can attract his presence by understanding. That I may know him and the power of his resurrection, the fellowship of his suffering, be made conformable unto his death. The Bible says he was taken to the slaughter, and yet he opened not his mouth. Why? He had an understanding. For him to have relevance, he needs to be quiet. Somebody came to this world and spent 33 years and 6 months, and is still relevant after 2,000 years. I hope you're getting it. I said to someone this morning, if Jesus had dropped from heaven, you and I will not believe him. But the Bible said he came through a woman. The woman was not rich. What made Mary popular was the miracle. Her family were not popular. Nobody knew them. But Jesus decided to come through the poor. Why? Because he came poor, so that through his poverty we can be made rich. Understanding. Every pain you are going through, Jesus went through it. Is it betrayer? He was betrayed. The person you are feeding sold you out. You are not the first. Judas Iscariot saw Jesus as a common criminal. And when you will think that is the uttermost, they brought Jesus out that did nothing, and they brought armed robbers, and they asked the people to choose. They preferred the armed robber to Jesus. Understanding will keep you going. Understanding will keep you standing. Understanding will bring the miracle for you that will dumbfound your enemies. So when Judas saw Jesus and Peter decided to remove the ears of one of the soldiers, the Bible said Jesus picked the ear and did what? And stick it back. You know what he was telling Peter? Somebody have sold me, you will still deny me. At least somebody sold me and walk away. You will do it eyeball to eyeball. Understanding avails you the knowledge that somebody is bound to make mistake, bound to offend you, bound to deny you, bound to betray you. Understanding grants you access to what to do at that time. So a man with understanding forgives easily. Why will he forgive? Because every experience you go through on earth, Jesus is an example. The Bible says became poor so we can be rich. Say God commended his love toward us, that while we are yet sinner, he came and died. So the man that is sitting by you is not perfect. He's bound to make mistakes. Understanding keeps you going. Understanding refuses you to be a fault finder. When you see a man that is always looking for fault, he lacks understanding. And when you don't have that understanding, you can't manifest. Understanding is the direction for manifestation. You don't have it, you can't go far. When Jesus was to pay taxes, he didn't send Matthew. Who was Matthew? A tax collector. He understood the rationales behind the law of nature. He was not a fisherman. And Jesus looked at Peter. I don't need to teach you how to fish. You have the mandate, receive authority to manifest. And Jesus said to Peter, go to the river. The first fish you catch, open the mouth. Whatever you see, bring it. He would have sent Matthew. Matthew would have gotten to the river shore and start asking, how do I throw the net? How do I cast my hook? But Peter don't need to ask. You know why? He knows what to do. He has an understanding of what to do. he does not need to learn how to open the mouth of the fish. Do you know, when you meet professional fish sellers, they know how to remove all the gauze from the belly of the fish through the mouth without cutting the fish. But a woman in the house will need the head of the fish chopped off so they can have access. A fisherman knows what to do, that the fish will remain intact. Meanwhile, some things have lost their parts. Understanding grants you access. So if God is with you and you don't understand how to move with him, you can't get results. That I am there does not mean you'll be noticed. Understanding means that when your voice is loud, your face will be noticed. I am who I am by the grace of God. But listen, the grace of God will not bring food from heaven. You need to work for the grace to be activated. Understanding. We should stop being children tossed to and fro by every wings of doctrine. A man that has understanding knows what to do part time. The business you are doing may not grow, but when you have an understanding, this is what I've been wired to do. It may tarry, but it will come. Jesus looked at his mother and said to her, my time has not come. Say, mother, why are you introducing me to what I'm not yet wired to do? After Jesus told his mother, my time has not yet come, the mother of Jesus called the serving man, say, come, go and meet that young boy. Anything he tells you, do it. The mother knew that the time of Jesus' physical manifestation has not come, but what he needs to use for his manifestation is inside of him. His time for manifestation has not come. Hear me? What you need to succeed is inside of you. Understanding makes you to activate it. Have you listened to a lot of comedians? They tell you poverty brought the real talent in them. The talent has been there, but poverty helped them to discover it. Listen, understanding gives you direction. Direction is a leading. Leading is an eye-opener. An eye-opener showed you the way to success. Unto him that believeth, all things are possible. They are not possible on your bed. They are possible when you are active in doing what you need to do. You can't be successful when you are complaining. Men and women that complain, they don't go far. They don't go far. You know what complaint does? It kills the quality in you. It kills the potential in you. Because most times when you complain, you don't see anything good that can happen. The Bible said, it said, can anything good come out of Nazareth? So I'm not going to tell you, come and see. It's not of him that willeth. It's not of him that runneth. It's of Jehovah that showeth mercy. By mercy, the foundation of the earth was laid. By mercy. By mercy. And henceforth, be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried with every wind of doctrine. Everything you are told you want to try. You are selling puff puff. Somebody's selling chin chin. Say, let me add chin chin to it. They may do the first production and people buy. The second one may not go. You will lose. All your profit from the puff puff will go into the chin chin, and the chin chin will run you down. Understanding helps you to stay put. Understanding. Do you know it is poverty and hunger that makes a lot of people to start eating Dangote's Indomie? Because what people really want to eat is the pure Indomie. Why? The taste is not the same. It's not. So they decide to sell the other Indomie very cheap. And do you know, up till now, the real Indomie is expensive. There are times you are wired to be with a man, gather enough knowledge, become a champion there. But with little thing you have acquired, you decide to run away. Your business may strive, but for some time. There are people, the pride in them will not allow them to serve. Will not. I was discussing with someone yesterday. You remember when Big Cola, or what do they call it, just came out? Everybody was striving for it, including the apple. I remember then when we had program in the church, people were clamoring for, let me have the apple flavor. If they give you the apple flavor now, you know what feed drink can. The taste has what? Has changed. The Coca-Cola people were running away from. Say it's too expensive. Let's go for Big Cola. They are returning back to the Coca-Cola because they want to use saccharin to keep people. That I may know him. What you know will sustain you. The Bible said the gift and the calling of a man will make way for him. Your beginning may be small, my end will greatly increase. That will only happen when you have understanding. I am not competing with any man, but there are qualities inside of me that can make me rich. When Uber was introduced to Nigeria, almost everybody want to do Uber. Majority of them are selling their car. They can't do Uber again. And there are men that are still in the business. We are not of them that drop back to partition. Be no more tossed to and fro by every means of doctrine. Because somebody is doing it, I will do it. And God said to us, it's a year of his presence. You cannot carry result until you know what result means. You can't. You know what destroys a lot of us? Vision. But the same Bible said, my people perish for lack of what? Knowledge. I see bro wisdom becoming a multi-billionaire. The man goes home and cuts his leg. He's working with a boss and the boss calls him an idiot. He gets angry and resigns. He gets angry, he resigns. And when you ask him, I am the reason why the business is thriving. Are you the only one that carry destiny? You have forgotten that somebody may be praying for you to go, for him or her to take your place. And you think you are the reason why that department is successful. By the time you leave, God brings someone that is 10 times better than you. Is somebody here this morning? To return back becomes a problem because they can't sack that person for you. Relevance is seen on the altar of understanding. Understanding is your ability to endure insult when you know your future is there. Is somebody here this morning? Your ability to do what? To endure insults when you know your future is what? Is there. Understanding is enduring insults. You know, for men that sit in the living room or lie down in their bed, they don't know what it means to enter the kitchen. The woman is there taking the eat. You know, most times when they finish cooking, they can't eat. And sometimes the food may not even be sweet. And the man just tell the food, say, pah, pah, what's wrong to you? What's wrong to you? You wasted my resources. What resources? Even the woman that prepared the food couldn't eat. You can quietly just eat some from the food. You say, that's okay. You did well. Well done here. Instead of you know you are not satisfied. And after some time, say, if I say small Maggie, if I say waiting, small Maggie pass that soup. Say, now small. Okay, next time. Okay, I put 2.5. Next time I go put 2. you have boosted the woman's morale. The food is not sweet. And the next time you tell the woman, come and cook, he tells you, yeah, they pay me. You end up drinking Gary. That we henceforth be no more children. You cannot be an adult and still be behaving like a 10-year-old child. You go nowhere. Imagine a 25-year-old young man takes empty containers and is drumming with it. He's not a drummer. A 20-year-old woman is still doing 10 more. 10 that we left in the 90s. The person is still doing 10 more in 2023. You should know the person will not go far. Because no serious-minded MD want to employ a 10 more lady. Understanding will take you far. In this generation we are, a woman can become more prosperous than a man. The law that says that the man becomes prosperous than the woman is gone. The woman can be more industrious, more prosperous than the man. The man need to understand the place of the head to the place of results. Why do you call it kitchen utensils? Because we have utensils for the office, e.g., biro, stapler, some parts you need to pull out. They call it writing pads, and we have sanitary pad. They are not same. Understanding makes you to know that everyone has an office to occupy and function in. But when you lack understanding, you become proud when you need to be humble. Understanding makes you to know that you can be up today and be down tomorrow. So understanding keeps you humble even when you think you are succeeding. The Bible says, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. It is understanding that helps you to take heed. A man that lacks understanding behaves anyhow, see himself as God. Hear me. The Bible says, ye are gods, but the God is the small g, not the big G. John chapter 16. John chapter 16 verse 13. Howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you into all truth. For he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall bear, that shall he speak. And he will show you things to come. To show is to introduce to what? To knowledge. Knowledge gives you understanding. Jesus came to the earth and he said, I'm about going. I can't finish the work. You need the comforter. The comforter will not only walk with you, he will stay with you and will live inside of you. And what will he do? He will speak not of himself. Understanding. Everyone have different capacity. Let me use the protocol for an example. Or as an example. For the protocol, there are people that have enduring power. They can stand for 1 hour, 2 hours. They are not shaking. There are some 30 minutes they are fainting. The one that faints in 30 minutes doesn't mean he's incompetent. You only have short duration of strength. If you pull out that man, even the one that can stand for 2 hours will wobble out. What makes a man to stand strong and stand tall is because somebody stood in for him before. For everything you do, you must have an understanding. It's not about you, it's about the grace that is made available. And when you have that understanding, it allows for synergy. And for the psalmists, they sing with different tune. They don't use the same key, every one of them. So no one is more superior to the other. That is agreeable to the ear. That is the definition of music. I did music in school. So when you are asked, what is music? Music is a sound. So when you sing, you make a sound. When you play the drums, you make a sound. So if I am singing and Bononso is drumming rubbish, it's no longer music, it becomes a noise. I'm an alto singer, a soprano, or the rest. Hear me? It is the harmonization of all that gives you a sound that is agreeable to the ear. So when your sound is not agreeing to the ear, it becomes a noise. Nobody celebrates noise. You need somebody to produce Maggi, someone to produce salt, someone to sell the tomato, someone to sell the onion, and the rest for you to have a sweet meal, a sumptuous meal. We all know whenever there is scarcity of tomato in Nigeria, we know what happened. I remember in 1993 or 94, there was apathy, high level of poverty in Lagos and Nigeria. There is one tomato, they call it snake tomato. Some people surprised. That tomato grows like pumpkin leaf. You know ugu? It grows like pumpkin leaf. Very long. You sabi am. When there was serious sap, you know what people were doing? They were buying that snake tomato. It's very long, like ugu. But when you tear it open, what you meet inside is reddish. So some will buy it, some will harvest it, and allow it to do what? To decay. We call it ripe, not be ripe, because as they do it, they decay. The body becomes useless. But what people do is to peel it off, both the reddish substance instead of it and the shell, they blend it together to make up tomato. Oh, no. But you know what? The taste was not the same. They put a lot of ingredients, yet it's not the same. Have you blended carrot to use as sauce to eat rice before? It cannot give you the taste of tomato. But do you know the tomato alone cannot be sweet in the pot? Certain ingredients needed to be added. Wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there in their midst. Sweetness is in the midst of unity. And that was the same time that kerosene was very scarce, and they were using diesel and sawdust for fire. Then we have a lot of crisis because some diesel that was mixed was overmixed, and some people pour the diesel into their stove and it exploded. A lot of people died because if it's not kerosene, it's not. And some people, what they started doing was to begin to steal aviation oil, because the fuel with which the aircraft flies is like kerosene, white like kerosene. So when they want to use it, they drop alum. But in the midst of that, some home got inflamed. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, when you detach yourself, you think you cause injury to others. No, you have only created space for one that was seen to be useless to become useful. There are many of you employed today. If somebody was not fired, you will not be employed. There are many of you sitting, listening to this voice of God through me. What you are doing now, if somebody was not absent for you to show yourself, nobody will celebrate you. I am who I am by the grace of God. Having the understanding, I can do all things through Christ. My sufficiency is in Christ. Jeremiah chapter 33. As we pray this morning. Torino ni mo shenjo